We can continue this all day. I also will add you to the case if you want to continue this. This needs to be dismissed today. Today.
Well, let's go ahead and proceed because it's not going to be dismissed today.
All right, guys, today we've got a wild one. A sovereign citizen going head-to-head with a no-nonsense judge. And get this guy actually tries to threaten the judge right to his face. Yeah, seriously. Who thought that was a smart move? What happens next is straight up insane. Buckle up, because this courtroom showdown is about to spiral out of control.
Good morning to you, sir.
Your Honor, I'm going to represent myself in this matter. And for the record, my name is Grayson Bay.
All right, City of Detroit versus Javar, Grayson Bay. Your offer, sir, is a $240 fine, failure to display, and a seatbelt ticket. You pay those, we'll close the other matters out. That will abstract to the Secretary of State. And then the seatbelt ticket is $65. So $240, $65. We'll close the matters. We'll close the matters out. That'll be a failure to display. It will abstract, but it won't carry any points. And today is the date and time set for a trial.
Your Honor, today was supposed to be set for trial, and I don't consent to any of this.
This dude seriously thinks he has to give consent to be prosecuted. Like, bro, this isn't a group project. You don't get to opt out. The audacity is unreal. He walks into court like, nah, I don't agree to this. As if that's some kind of legal strategy. Newsflash, that's not how the justice system works. If I were the judge, I'd hit him with contempt so fast he'd be rethinking every decision that led him to this courtroom. Probably from a holding cell.
Okay, it is set for trial. I just gave you your offer so that you can you go in? Okay, there. I just gave you your offer so you could,
I'm not accepting that. I won't accept that offer.
Mr. Corporal Ambrose, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Good morning, Corporal Brian Ambrose, Detroit Police Department, badge 415.
Good morning to you. Okay, let's go. Are you ready to proceed, Corporal Ambrose?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I would object to holding this trial. I believe he stated that he's a different person. We have a ticket for a Mr. Javar Grayson. Grayson Bay is an entirely different person. We don't have jurisdiction over. We don't have a case over. I would object to holding that trial.
I'm going to deny the objection. He just said he's Grayson Bay. He just I don't think he's objecting to the fact
I object to that, Your Honor. I'm objecting, and I also questioning jurisdiction.
Imagine walking into court with this level of confidence, just to get laughed at and take the biggest L of your life. Bro really thought he had a game-winning argument, only for the judge to hit him with the legal version of sit down. And it gets better. He's out here trying to challenge the court's jurisdiction. Like, my guy, if there's no jurisdiction, why are you even standing there? You had all morning to rethink this nonsense, and yet here you are, ready to lose in 4K school.
Okay. Well, I'm denying your motion about jurisdiction, sir. The court has jurisdiction over you, so are you ready to proceed, Mr. Grayson Bay?
No, I'm not. I object to anything that you call yourself doing. Also, I like to add that I sent this Brian and brochure. I sent him a COL. It's a cut of law form. I warned him about this situation. This process is also in Wayne County. He's being sued. We can continue this all day. I also will add you to the case if you want to continue this. This needs to be dismissed today. Today.
The audacity of these sovereign citizens never ceases to amaze me. They walk into court like they're the main character in a movie no one asked for, acting like the law just doesn't apply to them, like they're immune to reality. But telling a judge to dismiss your case or you'll sue him, that's next level. Delusion. That's not some clever power move, that's just straight up illegal. At this point, he's practically begging for contempt charges.
And I will see Brian Ambrosius in 3 weeks in Wayne County.
All right, well, let's go ahead and proceed, because it's not gonna be dismissed today, okay?
Well,
So
I
you can
object,
do
Your
what
Honor.
you wanna do over in circuit court, then have your way, that is your right. I don't know
Thank
how you're proceeding in circuit court when you feel that this court doesn't even have jurisdiction over you, so let's go ahead and proceed. Corporal Ambrose, you wanna speak with them before we proceed, Ms. Snyder?
Yes, Your Honor, and I do think we just need to clear up on the record that Your Honor has denied my motion to not have this matter heard today based on this defendant saying he is not the defendant before us. And also that defendant has agreed that he is not the defendant before us, but Your Honor is telling us to still do this trial. I need to make sure that's clear on the record.
Yeah, I don't think that he's denying that he's not Javar Grayson Bay. Are you denying that you're not Javar Grayson Bay, sir?
I am the living person, Grayson Bay, in living form.
This judge seriously needs to step up and hit this clown with contempt, because at this point, the courtroom's turning into a full-blown comedy club. He's openly mocking the process and disrespecting the judge right to his face, yet still standing there like he owns the place. It's wild. I don't get why the judge hasn't shut this down already. This guy isn't just out of line. He's practically asking for a one-way trip to a holding cell.
Javar Grayson is an artificial.
However he wants to articulate it, we'll let him articulate that. He's Grayson Bay. He's Javar Grayson Bay. His mom gave him that name. I don't think that's any dispute. Okay, so
That name has a social
I think
security
this is
card
gonna be
attached
pretty.
to it. It also
I
has
think it's going to be pretty quick, Ms. Snyder. I'll
Okay,
put you in a breakout room with Corporal Ambrose and put it that way. It is just an expired plate, a seatbelt ticket, no proof of insurance. What is this other thing? Refuse to exhibit license and a false information ID. So just join the breakout room, have a conversation with Corporal Ambrose, and then we'll just hear it. And if he has a right to remain silent, he says he doesn't want to be represented by a lawyer, and you can just put your case on the record, and I'll have to make a decision based on that.
So far, this case has been relatively normal. Well, as normal as it gets when a sovereign citizen's involved. But now things are heating up. We're about to see the prosecutor and Judge Perkins go head-to-head, and I'm so here for it. The prosecutor's fed up and wants a warrant issued because this guy can't even represent himself properly. But Judge Perkins is like, nope, we're moving forward. I'm not wasting another dime of taxpayer money on this clown. Honestly, I respect it. Why waste court resources on someone treating the law like it's optional? Grab your popcorn, this is about to get good.
My supervisor has advised me to file an interlocutory appeal, Your Honor.
An interlocutory appeal on my motion, on your motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Or I suppose time to brief the issue, maybe on this record, or I'd leave in Your Honor's discretion.
Let's see does that interlocutory appeal, if that is,
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Are we back on the record for Grayson?
yeah, let's go back on the record with Mr. Javar Grayson Bay. Now, there's that interlocutory appeal. I mean, I have to proceed. I mean, I got the discretion of whether I want to allow you to do that or not, or just proceed, and you can file your appeal. Correct? Give me the law on that. You're muted, Miss. You're muted, Miss Snyder.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. My supervisor is talking to me over the wall, so it's hard to hear two people at once.
Okay.
The court rule is, I think she might be coming back. It's MCR 7.205.
205, application for leave to appeal, and you said, what was the citation? What were the other?
7.212, but that's just saying the format for briefs.
I have 7.205 as application for leave to appeal, appeals to circuit court. 7.105. If the order appealed is interlocutory, setting forth facts showing how the appellant would suffer substantial harm by awaiting final judgment before taking an appeal.
We believe that the substantial harm that the people would suffer would be the defendant has already stated he's filing numerous lawsuits against the court, against the parties, against the officer. We believe we'd be giving him a golden parachute. It's just one more issue to add to his level of appeals. This is one issue that needs to be clarified. Of course, he will be found, I believe, through fingerprints to be either the person given that ticket or Javar Grayson, the person given the ticket, will be given a capias warrant and we can move on. But I do believe that this issue needs to be handled before we make a further record. I have a duty to mitigate the city's damages. And I believe that's what we're doing and what I was advised to do by my supervisor.
But how would the city be harmed at all if we proceed? What would be any harm for the city? Especially if you acknowledge the fact that you think that by fingerprints that would be Mr. Javar Grayson.
But Your Honor, what we think and what we can prove as a matter of the record and as the court of law is different. I do understand. I believe he's being frivolous. I think he is wasting the court's time. But I do think that as lawyers, as a court of law who do have to face appellate issues, this is something that we need to clear up on the record and have a clear record, such as a chain of custody of who Mr. Grayson is. I don't think it would take that long. Or we could solve this today with giving Javar Grayson a capias warrant and let Bay, whoever he may be, go on about his business. Either or. But I do think that having this trial over both of our objections is not the correct answer.
I just don't feel. I just don't feel.
You can't stand
one. I don't see any harm in proceeding. He's already indicated that he is Javar Grayson, except he wants to be acknowledged as Javar Grayson Bay, or he's the living. I don't know how he termed it. Person of Javar Grayson Bay. I don't think that, as a matter of fact, when Corporal Ambrose came in the room and introduced himself, I saw Mr. Grayson Bay sort of kind of had a look on his face. And to me, I took that look as he knows Corporal Ambrose. And there's no question. I haven't asked Corporal Ambrose is if this is the person that he pulled over, but I'll definitely let you ask Corporal Ambrose that. But I don't think that there is any sort of identity issue here. I think the issue comes into something that we've seen probably, I don't know how many times, and I'm sure we're going to see it more in the future. And I agree that those things are frivolous and they do not apply. So I don't see anywhere where we can't proceed with this.
Let me know what you guys think, because honestly, both sides kind of have a point here. The judge is saying everyone already knows who the sovereign citizen is, even if he refuses to go by the name on record. And that's literally why he even showed up. But the prosecutor's pushing back, arguing they still need solid proof of identity, because if they don't, the whole case could get appealed. And that means starting the circus all over again. Imagine going through all this chaos just to redo it because they skipped the most basic step. At this point, I don't know whether to laugh or just shake my head.
Not unless Corporal Ambrose says that to you and through you that this is not, I don't recognize this person that's here, and was this not the person that, or even if there was, I would even allow Mr. Grayson Bay to put on a identity defense and say that wasn't me. He he didn't, that wasn't the defense. I don't know what his defense is gonna be.
Your Honor, may I?
No, you can't. No, you
Okay.
can't. No. When I ask you to, when I want you to speak,
No
I'll allow you
problem.
to speak. I'm gonna give you that
No
opportunity.
problem.
So to settle this matter about your objection, you know, it's like, if the court rules bound me not to proceed because you wanted an interlocutory appeal, then it would be the court rules would bind me to do so. But I don't know of a court rule that's gonna bind me not to appeal. And I just don't see in what harm it will be to any other parties, the defense or the city, by us proceeding in this fashion. I understand he's got cases over in circuit court. He may have cases over in federal court. I don't know. But here again, we're here. The parties are present, and I'm satisfied at least that that's the Mr. Javar Grayson Bay, that the person, we have the right person here in court today. So I'll let you make a last minute record, Ms. Snyder.
Can I just have one? My supervisor walked away. Can I have 1 second to go talk to her?
Yes. Now you can. Well, let's see if you want to. If Mr. Grayson has anything, I'm gonna allow him an opportunity to speak so you can hear what he has to say. Go ahead, Mr. Grayson Bay.
Your Honor, I sent you a declaration of notice stating who I am and the fraud, Javar Grayson. I sent you the paperwork. This was over 3 or 4 months ago. I'm pretty sure you have plenty of time to read and understand the situation. And that, like I said, again, that is my declaration of notice. You should have that in the file as we speak.
Something's got to change. These sovereign citizens are creating way too much chaos in court, and it's time for judges to push back harder. Honestly, it feels like Judge Perkins isn't even putting up much of a fight. He's just letting this clown waste everyone's time like it's open mic night. At this point, someone has to step in and shut this nonsense down. The courtroom isn't a stage for legal fantasy. It's time to bring some order back to the process.
Anything further?
And I object to this. And again, your court system has no jurisdiction over it.
Give me a point to a court rule or put your legal objection on the record. What is your objection?
My objection is jurisdiction.
Okay, well, I deny that objection. All right. All right, go ahead, Ms. Snyder. We'll pass the matter. We'll allow you to speak with your supervisor. All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Grayson Bay. Are you there, Mr. Grayson Bay?
Yes, I am.
What I will do, listen, Ms. Snyder, let's go back on the record with Ms. Grayson. What I will do is I will pass this matter and I will reset this trial date for an in-person, because I think this is one that needs to be in person. We can't. It's been some stuff that Mr. Grayson Bay has said that he has filed with this court. He says he sent me some stuff. I don't have that in front of me. There's it in the file. And this one seems like it's going to necessitate some, it's going to necessitate a trial, and I think that this one is best to be done in person. So what I will do is I will reset this trial date. That will give me an opportunity, one, to get the documents that, if they exist, that Mr. Grayson Bay has said that he has filed with this court. And then two, that'll have both of the parties here in person. All right. So I'm going to reset this matter for a January 9th in-person trial date. Now that is going to Now, let me ask you this, sir. You understand you have a right to a trial by jury, correct? Mr. Grayson Bay?
I'm just challenging jurisdiction. Also for the record, I sent Detroit Police Department 12th precinct a declaration of notice. I also sent them a COL, which is a color of law
Listen,
under
Mr.
federal
Grayson
law.
Bay.
I also
Listen, Mr. Grayson Bay. I don't care about that stuff. All I care about is what's here before me right now.
Okay. Did you get the declaration of notice?
I don't. If I did, it's not in the file. I'm not going to say I didn't.
Okay, I'll send you another copy.
Let's make this a jury trial too.
I send you a copy. No, we're not. It's not a jury trial.
No,
You have the situation in your hands. No jury trial. You have the situation in your hands. Make a decision today, Your Honor.
Cool, big mistake. This dude is seriously starting to push my buttons. At this point, he's practically begging the judge to find him guilty. Every time he opens his mouth, it just gets worse. I can't believe how deep he's digging this hole for himself. It's like watching a slow-motion car crash. And honestly, I can't wait to see how this jury trial plays out, because if he keeps this up, he's making it way too easy for them to throw the book at him.